Should you buy investment properties in your personal name or limited company? This has been a very popular topic since 2015. Buying through a limited company has actually become largely accepted. But why is that? And is it right for you? In this video, I'm going to be answering these questions. Section 24 was brought in to prevent higher rate taxpayers from offsetting their mortgage and other financial costs against their income. The government brought this in to prevent landlords from benefiting from this tax relief, which has actually resulted in people losing money each month. Let's have a look at an example. So in 2020, Section 24 came to full effect, which means you're essentially taxed on your gross rent rather than your profit. So an example of this is before Section 24 came into consideration, you would have £1,000 rent, but then you'd be able to deduct financial costs like your mortgage, your maintenance and insurance. So for this example, your taxable income would be £380, and if you're a higher rate taxpayer, this would be £152 per month, and you'd be able to profit £228 per month. After Section 24 came into consideration, you're going to be taxed on your gross rent, which for this example would be £1,000. So for a higher rate taxpayer, you'll be paying £400 in tax and your expenses, which would be £620. So you'll be actually losing £20 per month after Section 24. But, like most areas in life, there are two ways of looking at things. For example, you could view the changes as, oh shit, better stop investing in property, I'll be paying too much tax. Or you can view this as an opportunity to adjust and view this as a perfect time to buy from investors who are less serious, who are actually selling to avoid paying extra taxes. So what can we do about it? Well, that depends on your circumstances and your goals for the future. If you're a basic rate taxpayer and your income is between 12 and 50k, including your rental figure, and remain to stay this way, then buying through your personal name would actually be better than buying through a limited company. However, if you've got a good job and you're a higher rate taxpayer and/or you're looking to build a portfolio over the long term, then buying through a limited company might suit your needs better, especially if you're looking to transfer it to inheritance. Here is an example of the difference between buying through a limited company and if you're a higher rate taxpayer at 40%. So the main difference between buying in a limited company and your personal name at 40% is your ability to deduct certain financial costs like your mortgage and your maintenance and your insurance remain. So using the same example of £1,000 rent, your taxable income will be £380. The amount of corporation tax that you'll be paying will be completely dependent on how you've built your business and how you set it up. So for example, if you've got other tax deductible costs like laptops, phones or staff, this will reduce the amount of profit that you make and will in turn reduce the amount of tax that you pay per year. So let's have a look at the profit bands for companies. So say for example you profit £0 to £50,000, you'll be paying 90% corporation tax. £50 to £250,000 profit, you'll be paying 26.5%. And anything over £250,000 profit, you'll be paying 25% corporation tax. If you choose to go down the limited company route, then here's what you need to consider. So every time you need to take out a mortgage, you're going to need to get independent legal advice, which essentially means that you're the personal guarantor for the mortgage. So even though you're purchasing through the company, you're going to be personally liable for this mortgage. This independent legal advice can be really expensive, so just make sure to shop around. I've actually found it cheaper to find the solicitor online rather than going face to face. Most solicitors charge an absolute fortune for the time. Another thing you're going to need to consider is you're going to need to file your accounts and your confirmation statement each year. You're best off talking to a really good accountant, as they'll be able to figure out exactly what you need to do. Another con is you typically pay higher interest rates if you're buying for a limited company rather than your personal name. Another thing you need to be aware of is if you're a higher rate taxpayer and you're looking to extract your money from your limited company to your personal account, then you're going to have to pay 33.75% on your dividends. And again, just to summarise the benefits of buying through a limited company, if you're a higher rate taxpayer but don't plan on taking any of the money from your rental income, you'll be paying 90% corporation tax instead of your 40% as you would in your personal name. Another benefit is you can write off your mortgage interest and other financial costs, so you can actually build up your savings and reinvest into more properties. That being said, I'm not a financial advisor, so make sure you speak to one, but I want you to have a good understanding of the direction you want to take your property business, so you can make a plan of action towards how many properties you want and how to structure it depending on your property income. If your financial advisor agrees buying for a limited company will be better in your circumstances, here's a bit of a heads up to setting up your company. So you can either ask your accountant to set up the company for you, or you could head over to companiesmadesimple.com. Once there, you can search for a company name and see if the name is available. That being said, don't spend too much time on the name, as you can always change it later on down the line. While setting up, you'll need to fill in information about yourself and the business. The SIC code you'll need for buying and renting out property is 68209. Once you set up the company, you'll then need to arrange for a business bank account. My personal recommendation will be Starling Bank, as it's free and easy to manage. That's all for today, guys. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Next week's episode will be everything mortgages, so if you're interested in seeing that, make sure to click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.